Welcome to Live at 4. It's
Friday.
Whee!
And it's Mark's birthday.
Whee!
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
That's Michael Bruno.
Thank you for the cake today.
You're
and
welcome.
The coffee.
Happy
Very nice.
birthday.
We all celebrated in the newsroom. It's
been a fun day.
Another day around the sun.
Yes, that's
Another
right.
year around the sun.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's making news on this Friday. The World Health Organization has raised the coronavirus threat rating, and the market continues to melt down.
Well, the latest on that, Congress pauses today a moment of silence in honor of the victims of the Milwaukee shooting, one of them a friend of a Milwaukee congresswoman.
And on this first Friday of Lent, should Catholics refrain from eating plant-based burgers? Jamie Perez looks into that quandary.
That's a twist on the Catholic tradition. Let's take a look outside on this Friday. Still some ice and snow to enjoy.
For a couple of days.
Yeah.
But maybe 50 by Sunday. A milder weekend. Chris Reese is in the backyard. One more cold day.
Milder weekend indeed. We're going to be looking ahead towards those warmer temperatures. This afternoon, it has been the sunshine. That's after some areas south and west of Madison actually were able to pick up on some light snow. But since then, high-resolution Doppler has been fairly clear for us. This has been the picture outside pretty much all day long. It's been hard-pressed to find any cloud cover. There is a little bit of high cloud cover as we speak. Temperature-wise, we are at 26 degrees. This is the warmest that we have been all day. Those strong northwesterly winds, they've kept things colder, but they are going to begin to lighten up and change direction as we head into tomorrow. One of the things I want to show you is just the temperature change over the past 24 hours across parts of the upper Midwest. You notice that towards the north, we're seeing those warmer temperatures. Tomorrow, that will be over us as we begin to track the next weekend warm-up that is headed our direction. In fact, the second weekend in a row that we could see temperatures close to 50 degrees for at least one of those days. Now, here's traffic for you. This is the Beltline at Fish Hatchery. And once again, that volume is starting to increase, and we are certainly starting to see those backups, particularly from Verona Road all the way down towards West Broadway, towards Monona. So go ahead and pack your patience as you begin to head out on this Friday. Now, downtown and around campus, we're not seeing those delays as of yet, but we'll keep a close eye on that as we go back or as we go through the show.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. First at 4, a Dane County resident who had been diagnosed with coronavirus has been released from isolation after 29 days.
The World Health Organization has raised its coronavirus threat assessment to very high as officials in the U.S. and around the world work to keep the virus from spreading. Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
For state preparedness.
Vice President Mike Pence met with officials in Florida amid growing fears about the spread of coronavirus.
The threat of the coronavirus spreading in the United States remains low. But the people of this country can be assured that we're ready. We're ready for any eventuality.
More than 83,000 cases of the virus have now been confirmed in more than 50 countries. Here in the U.S., health officials in Northern California are trying to figure out how a woman contracted the disease with no known exposure to it.
It's possible this could be the first instance of community spread, meaning the illness might have been acquired through an unknown exposure in the community. It's also possible, however, that a thorough investigation may show that the patient had exposure through contact to a returned traveler who was infected.
House lawmakers on Capitol Hill were briefed by federal health officials on Friday about the Trump administration's response to the coronavirus.
Democrats want to know more about a whistleblower complaint alleging government workers responding to American evacuees from China lacked training and protective gear.
Certain procedures might not have been followed, and the fact that they weren't followed in Riverside County may not have resulted in any adverse consequences.
Several House Republicans walked out of the briefing over Democrats' concerns.
This is not a political issue. This is not a partisan issue. We've got public health concerns.
Fears about the coronavirus have rocked financial markets around the world and triggered more sharp declines on Wall Street Friday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And the Centers for Disease Control said it sent out updated coronavirus testing kits to state health officials and labs throughout the country. Republican Senator Susan Collins and Democratic Senator Ron Wyden both sent letters to President Trump today about the coronavirus response. And on Wall Street, it completed a brutal 7-day losing streak, ending the worst week for stocks since the 2008 recession. Considering previous losses, today wasn't that bad. The Dow Industrials fell 357 points, closing at 25,409. The NASDAQ actually managed edged a fractional increase. The S&P 500, however, lost 24. The U.S. House of Representatives held a moment of silence today for the victims of the Molson Coors shooting.
Wisconsin's delegation stood as the names of those killed were read. Our Amanda Quintana is here with more. Amanda?
Congresswoman Gwen Moore, whose district includes Milwaukee, led that moment of silence, saying she wished she didn't have to. She read the names of each victim, their age, and a little bit about who they were. One of them, her longtime friend.
I have known Gene personally since 1992. His wonderful wife, Alina, his daughters, Tatiana and Becca. And I was so inspired by his story of having immigrated from the former Soviet Union to Mequon in the early 1990s. He worked like a dog. And Gene will be remembered for being the best husband, the best dad, and the best grandfather. And I can attest to that. Trevor Wetzlar, 33, of Milwaukee, married.
Moore said she wants her colleagues to know the names of those who were killed, ending with everyone in the room pausing to reflect on their souls.
Amanda, thank you.
Molson Coors has launched a Miller Family Survivors Fund. The company established the fund with a goal of $1 million. Molson Coors has donated $500,000 into the fund. The fund was established to provide financial assistance to the family members of the 5 men and others directly affected.
The Madison East High School teacher facing federal child pornography charges has officially resigned. According to a statement sent to MMSD families, school officials were informed of David Crutchton's decision to resign, which is effective immediately. He was charged with 3 counts of interfering with privacy after against a minor after hidden cameras were discovered in students' hotel rooms during a school trip in Minneapolis.
Well, the Democrats are making their final appeals one day before the critical South Carolina primary. Democratic presidential hopefuls held more than a dozen events across South Carolina before Saturday's primary. Former Vice President Joe Biden is expected to possibly pull out his first win there. A new poll shows him ahead of the field by 20 percentage points. Other candidates have already turned their focus to the next week's big Super Tuesday contests.
The nation isn't looking for a revolution, as some of my colleagues talk about. They're looking for progress.
I know you're ready for that Carolina sunrise where we put this presidency behind us.
Are you ready to fight back and elect the first woman to be president?
We have made up a lot of ground. We're in striking distance.
More than 1,300 delegates will be up for grabs on Super Tuesday. It'll also be billionaire Mike Bloomberg's first time on the ballot. He stumped today in the Super Tuesday state of Tennessee. A Wisconsin appeals court has overturned a ruling that ordered the removal of up to 209,000 people from the state's voter rolls. The court last month put the ruling and the purge on hold while it considered the case. The ruling overturned the decision of an Ozaukee County judge who had initially ruled in favor of a conservative law firm that was seeking the purge.
A powerful winter storm has brought frigid cold and piles of snow to much of the northeastern U.S. You could barely see through the blustery snow as it barreled through upstate New York. Plows struggled to get the upper hand, with snow piling up almost as quickly as it was cleared. Waves slammed the shore of Lake Ontario, where a warmer winter has left most of the Great Lakes ice-free. Those conditions have combined with this storm's cold, dry air to create heavy wind and snow. Jerry Hudson of Adams, New York, says it's business as usual.
Treacherous. Whiteouts, windblown. It's just winter again here in upstate New York.
The New York Department of Transportation posted this video warning commuters that the safest place to drive is behind plows on clear roads. Today marks the first Friday of the 2020 Lenten season.
A day Catholics are not supposed to eat meat. It's also a day many churches traditionally hold Fish Fry Fridays. But there's a twist this year on just what's appropriate on Lenten Fridays. Jamie Perez is live at the St. Maria Goretti's Fish Fry with more. Jamie?
Well, the fish fry here is super popular. It hasn't quite started yet, but you can see some activity starting to happen in the background here. They're expecting about 1,000 people. Now, the whole point of a fish fry is to provide an alternative for those who are participating in Lent. They can't eat meat on Friday. Fish is okay, but we were wondering, what about plant-based meat products? Well, today we found out the Archdiocese of Chicago weighed in on this earlier, saying that no plant-based meat is acceptable because it ruins the spirit of abstaining from meat, even if it's not real meat. The Archdiocese of Milwaukee also weighed in, saying the idea is that you're supposed to be sacrificing something, and eating plant-based meat just to fulfill that craving is not doing that. So we also wanted to know, what did the Bishop of Madison think about this?
If a food product is consisting solely of vegetables, does not have any meat in it, it certainly would be permissible to consume such a product on a Friday of Lent as a Catholic, because it would still be observing the non-eating meat rule.
So if you are in Madison and you want to go that plant-based option route, looks like meat, smells like meat, tastes like meat, you are in the clear. Now, there's obviously going to be some difference in opinions on this, just basing it off of what your personal values are and what you truly believe. But if you're in Madison and you're going with what the bishop thinks, you're okay.
There you have it.
The bishop gives you permission. This is a new twist that I would have never thought.
And I love a good fish fry.
Oh, yeah, who doesn't? Especially at Maria Goretti. That's a good one.
Jamie, thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Still to come at 4, we're heading backstage with our Michael Bruno.
He's giving us a preview of Chaplin the Musical being staged by Parker High School in Janesville. That's next.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroil steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
Take an extra day to save at Ashley Home Store's 72-hour Leap Day sale. This Saturday through Monday with a Preview Day Friday. Get our biggest discounts of the year store-wide. Line up early Saturday for a free gift. Save up to 70% off furniture and doorbusters throughout the store. Plus an extra 20% off our sale prices. That's our best bonus deal of the year. And don't miss the final days of Mattress Marathon with huge savings on sleep store-wide. Leap Day weekend only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
The world awaits in your new Jeep from Don Miller. It's the President's Day event on now. The tradition carries on with the new Jeep Wrangler. Get your own Don Miller deal plus rebates and incentives up to $5,500 off select remaining 2019 Jeep Wranglers. No day is the same in your new 2020 Jeep Gladiator. You'll get up to $2,000 bonus cash plus your own Don Miller deal on select 2020 Jeep Gladiators. The President's Day event on now at Don Miller, Madison and Dane Counties Jeep Headquarters, Odana Road, Madison.
Don Miller.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Do you suffer from pain, stress, anxiety, depression? Hi, my name is Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place, Apple Wellness. We carry one of the largest and most reputable selections of CBD oil products in southern Wisconsin. Our AMM CBD certified wellness consultants are on the cutting edge of CBD knowledge and can help you find the right potency for your relief.
This Friday and Saturday only, get 25% off on all CBD products in-store and online at findyourhealthyplace.com. Just like the leap year, 25% off doesn't happen often. The Healthy Place, Apple Wellness.
If a wedding or special event is in your future, consider the new Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse. With panoramic driftless area views and an award-winning custom menu, it's the perfect choice for the perfect wedding or banquet. The Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse.
Plastic Plastic bags are disappearing from store checkouts across the country as more communities are imposing bans.
On Sunday, New York will become the latest state to get rid of them in hopes of reducing pollution. Avi Kaner and his family have owned the Manhattan-based chain Morton Williams for more than 50 years. He says shoppers will have to bring their own reusable bag or buy one like this for 99 cents or the foldable cloth version for 20 cents. Under the new law, customers could also pay a nickel for a paper bag, but for Kaner, that's not really an option.
Paper bags with handles are not even available to purchase in the United States.
Stores across the country are having trouble stocking paper bags. There's been a sudden surge in orders as more communities dump plastic bags. 4 states have single-use plastic bag bans, while Maine, Vermont, Delaware, and Connecticut will join them later this year or next. Several major cities have also rules limiting plastic bags in an effort to reduce pollution. Well, Chaplin, the musical, debuted on Broadway in 2012. The show is based on the life of film star Charlie Chaplin, obviously.
The story comes to the stage of Janesville Parker High School next weekend. Our Michael Bruno goes backstage to give us a preview.
I've never known a morning, I've never felt alone.
Many people say that it's Charlie Chaplin was a silent film star, and how can we have a musical? Well, in the beginning of the show, the music comments on his life, beginning life when he was young, and he and his brother had experienced so many hardships as their mother was ill and their father was not with them.
Charlie, come back in and talk to her. I can't see her like that. It's still Mom. I have a talent, and that talent could be my way out. What are you talking about? Well, Carno said to come on Friday, and, well, we could rehearse until then. And what about Mom? We're brothers, right? Where I go, you go, right?
And then it goes on to the time when he comes to Hollywood and begins to become a film star and eventually his own company. And there are many songs that just tell the story in a deeper way.
Good evening and welcome to Just Another Day in Hollywood. I'm Hedda Hopper. Tonight, we're going to have a look behind the facade of Tinseltown. And what better place to start than with someone we all love, Charlie Chaplin. The adorable little tramp is the image we all see on the screen. But have you ever wondered what's behind that famous image?
Just another day in Hollywood.
Just another ingenue.
Just another day in Hollywood. Sweet, young, and pretty, with sensuous eyes.
But inside that beauty, scandals arise.
It's just another day in Hollywood.
It's a lot of pressure, especially, being one of the first schools to do it. It's like we have a reputation to live up to just as Parker and to live up to this beautiful show, and of course, the legacy of Charlie Chaplin.
He was also an amazing physical comedian. So what was that like for you to play this character physically?
Yeah, pantomime is like a whole different kind of ordeal, and like being able to dance definitely helped in the pantomime process because you really have to it's completely acting with your body. You have to make sure that you're coming off as the character that you want to, and he's very specific in all the things that he does. I guess this is the part where I admit I was wrong. I've never done that before.
At the beginning of the rehearsal process, we watched a documentary about his entire life, and that really gained a new perspective on how to portray some of these characters.
Little man, you want the world to love you, and you've done all you can to make the world love you, and I have always been, and I will always be the one who's there when you call, when your name they can't recall. My brother's keeper is who I was then. My brother's keeper is who I am.
Wow.
These are high school
I know. I say it and I say it and I say it and I say it. It's hard to believe these are high school kids. It's an amazing production, and it's a very rarely ever produced show, especially for high school. It's just been released as you know for non-professional theater companies. And
Parker's one of the first to do it.
It is one of the first schools ever to get that's going to be producing the show, and it's a really difficult musical to do. And you see, it's you know they're showing the old black and white movies of some of his of Charlie Chaplin's films on the stage at the same time as doing the musical. So it's really a beautiful piece of theater.
And they have quite a program down there. They have some endowment?
They just made an announcement. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to show you, but they got an announcement. They received an endowment to actually have the kids will get to actually take theater classes as part of the curriculum instead of it being after school. So they'll be accredited. They can take music and dance and theater and work for sets and costume and lighting design.
And get credit.
And get credit for it as part of their school credit for the school starting next year.
That's amazing.
Good for them.
Yeah, which is wonderful. And it shows because some incredibly talented kids are coming out of Janesville.
And just remember, it's not this weekend.
That's right.
It's
But get
next
tickets
weekend.
now because they sell out
Here we
quickly.
go. It's Chaplin the Musical, Janesville Parker High School, March 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th at 7, and March 8th and 14th at 1. Tickets are at Voight Music and Canapton Music Connotes. I love that place. And they also box office the day of the show.
And you get your conditions there, too.
Next week.
Next week, it's The Sound of Music at Edgewood High School, my alma mater. Yes, indeed.
Looking forward to that. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Happy birthday,
Thank you,
Mark.
sir. Thank you. Still to come before tomorrow is Rare Disease Day, a day to raise awareness of people battling a rare disease.
But now a miracle cure has been found for one of those diseases. That story is coming up after Chris's weekend forecast.
We're here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Tom, people are loving this place.
They sure are, Jerry. Let's go see who Tina's chatting with now.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we have some beautiful ladies joining us. What are you up to tonight, girls?
Girls' night. We're getting some drinks. I want to win that car.
Sounds great. Are you feeling lucky? What's your favorite slot machine? Oh, to you guys.
Looks like those ladies are on a mission.
Oh, it's about to go down.
When being sick isn't as bad as
Not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion.
and angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Tax time mattress blowout at American Freight. Low price match guarantee. We will not be undersold. Mattress sets from $49 each piece. Memory foam mattress sets from $119 each piece. Upholstered beds from $129. Get 2 mattresses, any size, from only $298. Same-day delivery. Take it home for $50 and no payments for 60 days. Ends March 31st. At the corner of North Stoughton and Kinsman Boulevard.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love them.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one, too.
And the auto show is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck.
Use Auto Show Cash and find the many reasons to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love it. I'm going to go buy a Chevy.
Right now, get $1,000 Auto Show Cash on all 2020 Silverado 1500 pickups. That's on top of most other offers. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
My psoriatic arthritis pain, I had enough. It's not getting in my way.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness. Much better.
My psoriasis, clearer. Cosentix works on all of this.
4 years and counting.
So watch out. I got this.
Watch me.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis are feeling real relief with Cosentix. Cosentix is a different kind of targeted biologic. It treats the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis to help you look and feel better. It even helps stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
I just look and feel better.
I got real relief with Cosentix.
Watch me.
Feel real relief. Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
Take a look at this wholly legit replica Batman. Traffic police recently seized a fully functional Batmobile replica in Moscow. It's based on the one featured in 2016's Batman v Superman. You know, the lousy one? Well, the Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs says someone was pulled over driving the vigilant vehicle. And while it's great for crime fighting and Cape Crusading, that doesn't mean it's street legal. Officials found the replica was not registered or deemed safe for public roads.
Looks like the Batmobile has a boot on it now.
That's unfortunate. That seems like a cool car.
Yeah. Well, you got to have a license.
I guess that is true.
Maybe put the top down on Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday will be the pick day once again, which last Sunday we made it into the 50s. I think we'll knock on the door of 50s this Sunday as well. I'm tempted to bring those temperatures up just a little bit. I have a whole lot of good news coming up in this forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Another gun massacre and another explanation that as an editorial board we must respond. As unfulfilling and ultimately useless as thoughts and prayers, we have to respond. The response needs to be compassionate, but it also has to be honest. And the truth is, we as a people are ultimately responsible for these killings. As predictable as the next gun slaughter, the immediate reactions to the tragedy of 6 lives lost in Milwaukee included criticism of our elected leaders. If we learned anything by now, it's our elected leaders do not care. If they did, they would do something, anything. This is a civil society issue. It's a democracy issue, an election issue. If we, the people, are satisfied with the level of gun violence in our communities and our policies and laws, then simply return to office those who have and will do nothing. If we want change, elect those committed to change. It's on us.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
Working with Mike Bloomberg was one of the most empowering experiences that I've had.
It's important to talk to the people who know him personally.
I worked for him for 8 years in City Hall.
I've been working for Bloomberg for 27 years.
25 years.
Almost 30 years.
There's nobody that I respect more and felt more respected by.
Mike believes excellence is not defined by gender.
Mike builds a culture that advances women.
He was the first woman ever appointed to be counsel to the mayor. He expects excellence out of everyone, but he also provides the kind of support that allows you to be that person.
Mike called to tell me, you should be proud of what you've done, and your name should be on that project.
He has faith in you. He believes in you. It was about always showing up and doing your best. I always knew that he had my back.
He was raised by an extraordinary woman. She supported him all along the way, and that's very much a part of who he is.
Mike supports women, he promotes women, and he respects women.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it's been a relatively quiet day for us here in South Central Wisconsin, though the start of the morning could have been a little different. This is the radar loop showing you a little band of snow that worked its way south and west of Madison earlier on this morning. But since then, the radar has been quiet, and it remains quiet for us probably as we go through the rest of the weekend as well. Here's high-resolution Doppler just showing you where some of that lake effect snow was, but a lot of that is even starting to turn off. Now we're paying attention to a band of snow that will not impact us, but that could bring accumulating snows to parts of Kentucky and the Virginias. We still do remain under the influence of this cold northerly wind, folks. So that is why we were cold today. But do you see this right here? This is a warm front. This will bring in changes and make a difference as we head into tomorrow. In fact, crystal blue skies out there right now. We're cold just one more night. Sunday looks wonderful. And then even more good news is that by the time we get you towards next week, those rain chances, they've been trending downwards. And so we'll talk more about that in just a moment. In fact, I've taken some rain out of the forecast. You'll see a bit later on. Temperatures tonight are going to cool down towards 6 degrees. This is because we'll see clear skies and our winds begin to relax. That's the recipe for a cold night. Expect that to be in place. Now tomorrow something happens. This is 10 o'clock in the morning. Winds are coming out of the south and west, so temperatures will be right at 22. We'll see those highs top out around 37, but we keep that strong southerly wind in play. That sticks around as we move into your Sunday as well. So then here we are at 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Watch how the temperatures are knocking on the door of 40. We'll see a little bit more in the way of some cloud cover by Sunday afternoon, but we will continue to work our way into the 40s. By 1 o'clock, we'll be at 46. Notice the model showing some low 50s as you work your way right along the state line. This is as this area of low pressure begins to move closer towards the state of Wisconsin. What it's going to do is swing a warm front our direction. That's why we're going to see that southwesterly wind. But ultimately, this really allows the warm temperatures to be in play over southern Wisconsin as we go through the coming days. And watch how temperatures begin to respond. This is the model for Saturday with those temperatures in the upper 30s. Pay attention to the 50s just to the south and west. We move this into Sunday, and it's very possible that temperatures could get very close to 50, if not exceeding that in some places. And we'll likely keep some of these milder temperatures around as we move into Monday as well. Here's what's happening 30,000 feet above our heads. It's allowing our temperatures to be a lot warmer. Cold air is getting ready to shift off towards the north and east. What this allows for is warmer temperatures to be carried our direction by the jet stream. So pay attention to the warmth you see around the south and west. Those winds are going to carry that towards the upper Midwest. Now we'll see a little cold shot early next week, but what happens after that is yet another building of the warmer temperatures. And with that being said, we'll likely see the above normal temperatures for a lot of the country as we go through March. This is March 5th through 9th. Notice the above normal temperatures really focusing in on the upper Midwest. And then once we expand that through perhaps the first 2 weeks of March, wow. Yeah, temperatures are getting ready to go on up. In fact, watch this extended forecast, folks. We have more days in the 40s in there than not. In fact, 8 of the days in our 10-day forecast feature temperatures in the 40s or warmer. We have a couple of days close to that 50-degree mark, and I personally believe we will see a few 50-degree days as we go through the next 10.
I'd like to hear it.
It feels like spring, but you know what? It's the full spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's a good way. That's a good way to put it.
Yes, it's fake spring.
We always see some sort of snow in March. That's the expectation.
Yeah. You think it's over.
We'll see how things play out.
All right. You're working this weekend, right?
Yes.
You're going to have all the weather forecast for you on the weekend morning shows.
And then on Sunday, stay tuned for CBS Sunday Morning.
Jane Pauley joining us now for a preview of what's coming up Sunday morning. Good afternoon, Jane.
Hey, Mark. Well, we got one of the most beautiful women in the world. At 17, Paulina Porskova made her first appearance in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, which she thought was just a catalog. The next year, she was on the cover, and again the year after that. Paulina Porskova became an international supermodel and an it girl of the 80s and 90s. But age has brought challenges, as she tells Anthony Mason.
You know what? It's really freaking hard to be a woman, and it's really freaking hard to be a woman over 50 because we really get dismissed from the table. We have like a weird sort of period between you're J-Lo looking fabulous and then Betty White. And there's kind of like a dead zone between the two. So I'm trying to fill that dead zone.
And at 54, Porskova was widowed last year. Though her 30-year marriage to Rick Ocasek, the frontman of the Cars, was ending when he died, they remained close. And now she's struggling to understand why she was left out of his will. And there is so much more to her story, Mark.
It is a great story. Great sound bites from her. All right, what else is on the show?
Well, Vanna White. She first appeared on the Wheel of Fortune almost 40 years ago, and she'll be revealing a lot more than letters to our Mo Rocca. And of course, we'll have the latest on the coronavirus. So we'll see you Sunday.
Sounds like a great show. Have a great weekend, Jane. We'll see you Sunday morning.
Thank you, Mark.
A lot of good stuff.
Looks like a good one, yep.
All right, coming up, a new treatment for a rare disease is giving many hope for their future.
And then coming up tonight at 5, or following the shooting in Milwaukee, our Amy Reed looks into reaction from state lawmakers and the fate of gun legislation that is still pending at the Capitol.
Buy like a builder during Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour Leap Day Appliance Sale, Saturday through Monday with a Preview Day Friday. You pay what the builders pay, which means savings up to 50% off top appliance brands. Plus, no other store in Wisconsin can offer free delivery, free setup, free financing, and a free 10-year limited warranty on your purchase. No one will beat our prices or match our deals. Hurry in. Sale ends Monday. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart, located inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Once Weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh. For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk.
Oh.
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once Weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about Once Weekly Ozempic.
Ish Monroe, Mark Zona, Pete Maynard, Tommy Kimo, and other fishing experts will be speaking at the Wisconsin Fishing Expo, February 28th through March 1st at the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center. Same great show with a hot new look. Now with even more booths. New Kids Fishing Bingo for the first 500 kids per day. Over 300 booths. Hundreds of boats priced to sell. More gear and tackle than ever. Go to wifishingexpo.com for details. Kids 12 and under free.
Ahead at 5, Wisconsin representatives are recognizing the victims of the Molson Coors shooting on Capitol Hill. What they have to say at 5.
Clear skies tonight will allow temperatures to fall into the single digits. A warm-up kicks in this weekend with highs in the upper 30s Saturday and near 50 on Sunday. My forecast on location at 5.
And then at 6, as fears of the coronavirus continue to grow, the Better Business Bureau is putting out a warning not to fall victim to a new kind of scam. We'll tell you about it at 6.
That's a live look on Lake Mendota. Look at those brave people on that small patch of ice there.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
It's probably still safe.
Yeah, it's probably today, but Sunday with temperatures near 50 degrees.
They're out quite a ways.
Yeah, they really are. Well, tomorrow marks Rare Disease Day. It's a day to raise awareness for the millions of people who are battling rare diseases.
Now, a new treatment for one of those conditions is giving patients hope. Chris Martinez takes a look at the medical breakthrough.
The double vision been a little bit better?
Yes.
Argie Bertolucci is finally feeling like herself again after months of battling an aggressive eye disease that was only getting worse.
I was really feeling sick, double vision all over now. Having a really hard time seeing.
Argie is one of the first thyroid eye disease patients to receive the drug Tepezza, the first medication that's just been approved to treat the painful, rare condition.
Please look right at me.
Thyroid eye disease causes the muscles and fatty tissues behind the eye to become inflamed, forcing the eye to bulge forward. Patients can experience headaches, double vision, light sensitivity, and even lose their sight entirely.
When these muscles get bigger, they start to squeeze squeeze the optic nerve.
Dr. Raymond Douglas is an oculoplastic surgeon with Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. He says the new medication is a game changer in the battle against rare diseases. Thyroid eye disease affects up to 20,000 Americans every year. It's one of more than 7,000 rare diseases, and no treatments exist for most. With increased awareness and more research, patients and doctors hope that can change.
There is the will. There are people who are anxious to work on these diseases, but the funding is very hard to achieve.
RG's treatment will include 8 infusions delivered through an IV over 24 weeks. She says she's already seeing her symptoms improve.
I was really shocked at how fast and appreciative because I was in so much pain. I couldn't function.
Giving her a more hopeful vision of her future. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And Tepezza was so successful in the clinical trials, the FDA fast-tracked the drug to make it available for patients quickly.
Very interesting.
It is.
Still to come at 4, the race for the White House is heating up for the Democrats.
How are the candidates faring in Wisconsin? Charles Franklin, the director of the Marquette Law School poll, breaks down the numbers in his latest survey. That's when Live at 4 continues.
One of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family, that has grown a little bit since, yeah, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Austin and I, proud third-generation owners, and now we're working on our 4th generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad, or bought from your uncles, or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the 3 of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now. Very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta Mattresses, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, 2 salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it. Right? What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top-name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only 1 pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
All right, happy Friday, folks. Let's go ahead and show you folks the traffic as you begin to head out for your Friday evening festivities. The volume has certainly increased. This is the Beltline to Fish Hatchery, and you will see where those things really begin to slow down. We do have a stalled out vehicle being reported on the Beltline. That's over right around Monroe Street and Seminole Highway. Slow traffic works your way all the way towards the east side, especially if you're moving in that eastbound direction. Right now, we're down to about 19 to 22 miles per hour. Now, as we approach campus, things are doing a little bit better today than they were over the past couple of days, but we're still seeing some of those slowdowns as you work your way on Johnson Street. University, not so bad. Park Street, not so bad. And then as you work your way eastbound on Regent, we are starting to see more of those brake lights pop up as well, right as you get towards that intersection with Park Street. Here how the routes are shaping up for you. University Avenue to Verona Road, that takes you about 8 minutes with an average speed of 53, but Verona Road to John Nolan on the Beltline, that's going to take you about 13 minutes with an average speed of 20.
All right, Chris, thank you. Months after being rescued from the ashes of a California wildfire, this owl is flying again. Firefighters found Ram injured and disoriented during 2019's Maria fire. Ram had suffered smoke inhalation and x-rays revealed a broken bone. The great horned owl was taken in by Camillo Wildlife Rehabilitation, and after a few months of rehab, the bird was healthy enough to be released into the skies. Officials say they expect Ram will easily adapt to his old surroundings. Like a happy ending.
Amazing creatures.
Yeah, they are. Well, the race for the Democratic presidential nomination is well underway.
Wisconsin, as you know, considered a major player in the upcoming election. So here with a look at the latest Marquette Law School poll is the poll director, Charles Franklin. Hi, Charles.
In the flesh.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is getting exciting with our primary coming up in April.
Things are beginning to move
Yes.
with the voting having begun, and we've got a big weekend and Tuesday coming up with Super Tuesday. So lots about to happen.
How are the candidates faring in Wisconsin?
Well, we've seen the kind of shifts that I thought we would see from January before Iowa and New Hampshire voted to this poll, which is after those and only a little bit after Nevada. So it's really the first two that people are reacting to. Bernie Sanders is up 10 points to 29 in first place. First time he's been in first place.
Biden wasn't in first place.
Biden has been in first place since August in every poll we've done. Now he's all the way down to third, having dropped 8 points. And Bloomberg, who was in single digits a month ago, now in second place. Now, again, that was after the first debate that included Bloomberg, but it didn't include this most recent debate. And, of course, he's only on the ballot starting on this Tuesday and Super Tuesday.
He hasn't been on the ballot yet. Yeah. So head-to-heads, this is always interesting.
We are so closely divided. I suspect that that's going to be the story the rest of the year, it looks like. Sanders leads Trump by 2 points. The margin of error is 3.6, so that's inside the margin of error. Biden and Trump are tied. Bloomberg trails Trump by 1. Elizabeth Warren trails by 3. And Buttigieg and Klobuchar are both tied with Trump as well. So it's just a very narrow range here. Democrats and Republicans are very close to even numbers in the state. In our data usually, and in this poll, Republicans are 1 or 2 points higher than Democrats. And both parties are lined up 90+% behind their candidates. So the result is you kind of get really close elections unless something happens to tilt the independents a lot one way, or if one party becomes unhappy with its nominee, whoever that may end up being.
So the number of Democrats and number of Republicans is about the same in the state?
It is. Back in 2012, it was about 31 Democratic, 27 Republican, about a 4-point difference. But beginning in 2015 and 16, that started to shift so that now it's Republican 31, Dem 30. And then, of course, poll to poll, it bounces around a little bit, but just the slightest edge to the GOP. Almost all of that comes from white men without a college degree. They were 5 points more Republican in 2012. They are 18 points more Republican now. So a huge change in that group. No other racial gender education group has shifted in that way.
So it's the independents are the real key to this election.
Oh, yeah. You know, they're only about 10% of all voters. There's a bigger group that leans to one party. But that 10% in the middle that don't say they're closer to either party are small. But if the race is as close as it looks right now, you know, how they tilt could be worth an extra 2 or 3 points. Remember, the governor's race decided by 1 point.
Right.
Trump won by less than 1 point.
23,000 votes.
23,000,
You looked at approval of President Trump, right?
That's also kind of newsy. 48-48. This is the first time he has not been underwater in approval. We've never seen approval higher than disapproval. This time we're not quite there, but it's dead even. Over the last 12 months, Trump has edged up a point a month, kind of regularly. It's not much change, but it's taken him from the low 40s to the upper 40s, and his disapproval numbers come down. State of the economy has really driven that. People were getting much more optimistic later in the year. This week in the stock market and the economy, we'll see. We'll see if that's just a short-term thing or whether it really has some ramifications over the course of months rather than just days or weeks.
Get ready for the candidates to hit Wisconsin.
Looking forward to it.
All right, Charles, thank you.
Thanks, Charles.
you.
Have a good weekend. Good to see you.
And we'll find the check of your forecast coming up.
I'm bad. You're stronger than you know. So strong. You power through chronic migraine. 15 or more headache or migraine days a month. One tough mother. You're bad enough for Botox. Botox has been preventing headaches and migraines before they even start for almost 10 years and is the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Go on with your bad self. You may pay as little as $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox for chronic migraine. You got this.
Get the full picture of your health coverage with the Eye Care Medicare plan. Plus, as a member, you'll get even more benefits at zero additional cost and $0 premium. Don't wait. Call now to learn more about the Eye Care Medicare plan.
Right now at Steinhafels, get $300 in Steinhafels Instant Bonus Cash and free delivery with any Tempur-Pedic mattress set. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Steinhafels has the new Tempur-Breeze. With next-generation cooling technology, you'll sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. So sleep cooler, get 0% financing, $300 in Steinhafels Bonus Cash, and free next-day delivery with a new Tempur-Breeze mattress set. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels Mattress.
Hi everyone, Monday morning, Hattie's got our work week forecast. After another warm weekend, she'll tell us if March will continue coming in like a lamb.
And we're taking a closer look at women in an industry typically dominated by men.
See you Monday starting at 4:30.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
Looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, but tonight's going to be cold. I want
digits?
to make sure that folks know that one. With skies clearing out, those winds are lightening up. We're going all the way down towards 6 degrees. I think some areas may be even colder than that, but the warming trend, that is what is on the way. So tomorrow we'll start to see a southwest wind, partly sunny skies. Yes, it's still cold with temperatures in the 30s. I know, but here we are. By the time we get you towards Sunday, we'll see those temperatures up near 50 degrees, and beyond that, it's 40s for the foreseeable future as temperatures remain above average. Our average high right now, 36, so we go above average tomorrow and remain above average for the rest of the forecast.
Go skiing this weekend.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
I was telling myself I have to walk on the lakes tomorrow.
That's
if I'm
right.
Gonna do it.
You're
All
right. Thanks, Chris.
Monday here on Live at 4, we'll meet our Pet of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society.
And our film critic Will Loper will be here to tell us what he thinks of the latest incarnation of the movie Invisible Man. That's coming up Monday on Live at 4.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings. Don't miss our new Fitchburg showroom grand opening now through March 31st.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
He's been around the world, but he desires more. He's seen it all. It's always what you think's tough. Right there all the time.
With over 40 fully integrated applications, you won't be able to contain your excitement either. From just $1 a day per employee, run your entire business with Zoho One, the operating system for business.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And the auto show is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck.
Use Auto Show Cash and find the many reasons to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love it. I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Right now, get $1,000 Auto Show Cash on all 2020 Silverado 1500 pickups. That's on top of most other offers. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Visit our new Fitchburg showroom grand opening now through March 31st.
Lola and Louie found some very cute zoo babies and some road hogs.
Sounds like it's time for this week's edition of the News Hounds.
It's News Hounds Now Update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, holy cats.
History-making cheetah cubs.
And a sea lion nowhere near the sea.
But first, a polar bear cub at the Copenhagen Zoo took its first steps outside. Actually, Mom Noelle had to give the little one a little nudge. The cub, who has not been named yet, took the first tentative steps outside of its feeding cave. This is also the first time outside for the 17-year-old mom since giving birth on December 6th. So she took the opportunity to roll in the snow, to walk around, and take a dip in the pond. The cub will undergo a veterinary check in the next few weeks when it will be determined if it's a boy or a girl.
These cheetah cubs, a boy and a girl, were born last week at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, and they have a pretty cool story. They're the first cheetah cubs to be born through in vitro fertilization. Biological mom Kabibi has genes that are considered valuable to maintaining a strong line of cheetahs in human care, but zoo officials worried that she was too old to give birth, so they implanted her eggs into Izzy, who's a few years younger. Dad Slash lives at a zoo in Texas. This was the third time scientists ever tried this procedure, and clearly, the third time's a charm.
Sheriff's officers in Washington state had to deal with an unexpected road hazard, a wayward sea lion. The roadblock took place about 2 miles away from the Columbia River. The likely starting point of the sea lion's adventure, the 600-pound sea lion put up a big stink about getting into the cage that would transport him back to his water home.
Finally, Layla, the Bengal cat, is having a good run on the cat wheel. That is until Ella decides it's her turn and shoves her feline friend off the machine.